Welcome back. You're still watching Breakfast Central. Now time to take you to the world of sport. Let's make a quick stop in the world of football. Say Manchester Derby was that to talk about for the weekend. And the football played for the weekend, especially in England. We'll say that the sky indeed is blue. Manchester City took over Manchester United in the Manchester Derby for 2022. So Erling Haaland and Phil Foden, both United, to score 3 goals each for Manchester City as Pep Guardiola's men trashed their City neighbours Manchester United 6-3 at the Etihad. Phil Foden opened the scoring at the 8 minutes as he swept home Bernardo Silva's cross, and Haaland scored second from a header 11 minutes before the half-time. Haaland slid in a third from Kevin de Bruyne's perfect pass, then turned provider to set up a simple finish for Foden before the break. Erling Haaland's hat-trick put him on the record books, following a hat-trick at home to Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Manchester City, following the win, have now closed the gap with league leaders Arsenal to 1 point. But as I watched this match, seated on my cushion, I was saying, please someone do check up on Sarageo Bon. Please someone do check up on Bernard Akede. Those were the words in my mouth as I kept talking about them. Would they be in the ER at this time? But let us look at the standings at this time. I do not want to see Sarageo Bon at this time because looking at it, it would say that they were humiliated by Manchester United. So as it stands right now, we can say that Arsenal is still topping the table. You're wondering what's happening, but they are just 1 point ahead of Manchester City. Now we can say that Manchester City are trailing Arsenal in that standing of the English Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur stay at number 3, and Brighton and Hove Albion, they're at number 4. For the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United, still trying to struggle to keep their standing in the top 4. We see Newcastle United still taking a position over there, and Liverpool, after that draw, they keep drawing. Like the draw soup we eat in Nigeria over here, they stay over there at number 9 in the standing. But looking at the relegation zone, yes, Wolverhampton Wanderers have done what needed to be done after the sacking of Bruno Lage. Now, after that humiliating finish against West Ham, Wolverhampton Wanderers had to make a huge decision to take off the coach, show him the exit door. They stay with just 6 points over there at number 18. 20, Leicester City at the bottom of the table. But the board of Leicester City have not made any decision about Brendan Rodgers. Everton stay at number 11, but we can say that 2 Africans were dominant over there. Idrissa Gana Gueye from Senegal and also Alex Iwobi of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He has been firing on all cylinders, but can his performance at this time take Leicester at the top of the table? Let's move away from here, show you other results from the English Premier League. Yes, we see Manchester Derby. Manchester indeed is blue as Manchester City did beat Manchester United 6-3. You were wondering where Cristiano Ronaldo was. He sat at the stand. He was just watching the humiliating finish of Manchester City with the boy, the star boy, Erling Haaland. Leeds United and Aston Villa, that game with a 10-man Leeds United and they're goalless. I would say that Steven Gerrard's side would have to still work, dot their I's and cross their T's to get more goals, score more to get to the top of the table. Away from here to the La Liga, let's see what happened in the La Liga. In the La Liga, Espanyol and Valencia had to share scores, but Celta Vigo and Real Betis, 1 goal could be a big decider over there. The big game was that of Girona against Real Sociedad, and that ended in an 8-goal thriller, 5-3 in favour of the away side. Real Madrid and Osasuna had to share scores there, with the game ending 1-1. Away from here to the Bundesliga, there we can see the Giants coming up for action. But did it go in your favour? That's the question we are asking in the Bundesliga. But let's move away from here, take you to what's happening on the African scene. Yes, we go to the world of long-distance races, the London Marathon, as Yelemzev Yawalau of Ethiopia became the youngest ever female winner of the London Marathon, spectacularly recovering from that trip she had that made her fall, going with just 6 miles remaining. The fall sent her at least 25% back to the leading pack. Yawalau rejoined the leading pack and came home to a 2 hours, 27 minutes, 25 seconds, finishing 3rd fastest time in the event. In the men's race, debutant Kenyan's Amos Kipruto, a world bronze medalist in Doha 2019, came in first place. The 30-year-old Kenyan finished in a time of 2 hours, 04 minutes, 30 seconds to beat Ethiopia's Liu Gebreselassie. So great win for the only Kenyan man in the men's marathon, and not forgetting Ethiopia's Yelemzef Yehuelau. Now, who did say that UFC are not made for Africans, especially Nigerians? Who say Nigerian UFC fighter Sadiq Yusuf recorded a fastest win in the UFC featherweight division with a 30-second submission win over Dan Shinis at the UFC Vegas 6-1 on Sunday as he pushes to the top of the fight. The Nigerian-born mixed martial arts ranked number 12 in the division took the fight on a short after the initial fight against Giza Shikaze, originally scheduled for September 18, was cancelled. So the Nigerian charged Shinis, holding his neck, landing a knee short and the American before taking him down and submitting him in just 30 seconds of the fight. He becomes the first man to ever win a UFC fight in just 30 seconds. Now, away from here, I would say it's becoming good, even though we're still waiting for the contract sign between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. The Nigerian-born British boxer Anthony Joshua is among the latest recipients of national honors to be presented by President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House in Abuja, October 11. So the full list of 437 individuals scheduled to be awarded different national honors, Joshua is reported as the only sportman on the list. Joshua will be awarded the Officer of the Federal Republic as one of 64 Nigerians in that category of the awards. So even though the contracts have not been signed, we'll say that Joshua has an honor waiting for him here in Nigeria. Osa, Olive, do we have to check up on Osa? Maybe take him to the ER? Remember that we've got Bernardo Silva also. We need to check on them. I can't see him at this time. I can't see him.
Funny enough, and this, in all honesty, I really don't feel the way everyone's expecting me to feel. I don't think any other Manchester United fan feels bad, mostly because, it would be delusional to expect that, we're going to get a victory in that game. Maybe we didn't expect that it was going to be 6 goals, but definitely no one expected that it would be, that we were going to win the match. So it happened exactly, or maybe not exactly as we expected, but it wasn't shocking in any way.
I think the shock would be more on Arsenal's position on the table. I think that's what's still shocking us.
They'll come down.
Olive, don't worry, they'll come down. Don't worry, they'll come down. They look like a dog standing on a tin of milk, so they will come down. Don't worry. But the highlight of this match with the Manchester Derby should be, and the coach's response when he was asked why he did not start Cristiano Ronaldo. He said, I just want to have respect for his career. And he said the reason why they lost is because they did not have belief. They did not have that little faith.
All right, there's still so much more to explore. We're going to have you again join us and see if our predictions have come to pass. Thank you so much, Onye Obaro, for joining us.
You're welcome. Always a pleasure to do this.